Steve here.
Yeah, Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, we've got your Smackdown review. We've also got our first impressions of TNA on AMC as they enter a new era. But first, the new era for TNA. Oh, boy. But first, we're going to talk about this. We've got the real reason Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship.
Yeah, this comes to you from Dave Meltzer, everybody's favorite wrestling journalist.
Everybody loves that guy. Universally loved Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, everybody likes Dave. In this week's Observer newsletter, he explained why the decision was made to put the title on Drew, and it is as follows. Quote, the way it was explained is that Paul Levesque took another look at the Rumble and Mania plan direction, decided that doing a Rhodes versus Reigns match for the third time in 4 years and spending months building the direction would lead to audience fatigue. Continues, we were told that Reigns will be the odd man out of the WWE title picture. He is scheduled to return at the Rumble, and one would expect his direction to be clear there. The two ideas for Mania at this point are a three-way for the title with Rhodes, Fatu, and McIntyre, or just McIntyre versus Rhodes. And he also stated that both Cody and Drew were lobbying for Drew's title win.
Yeah, that goes back to WrestlePalooza when that was reported as well, that they were like, hey, let's go ahead and do it. Cody's like, I'm tired of carrying this thing. Even I'm getting bored of me.
Yeah.
Let's put it on some new blood on Drew McIntyre. Rhodes.
I mean, if the idea is doing the same main event for WrestleMania 3 of the last 4 years was going to lead to audience fatigue, yes, because that was my complaint about it. I was like, do it at another pay-per-view. Do whatever. Just I don't want this at Mania 3 of the last 4 years, the main event. It's too much.
My guess is that Triple H watches our show religiously, heard your point of view, heard my point of view, and took your suggestion that they come up with a killer video package to Whites and Night Satin, and that wasn't enough. He was like, you know what? This is the best video package that we've ever done, but nobody will ever see it because I don't know what to do for the rest of the 3 months.
It's like that intro to Raw or whatever. They had commissioned the person who did the Sledgehammer video, and Vince saw it and threw it in the toilet.
Lost media will never be able to see this thing.
Never see it.
Because he's like, there's still another 3 months that we need to figure out. We can't just do a video package. I disagree, but you agree with him, and I can appreciate that. He's probably right. It'd probably be just the same tropes over and over again. And I'm a huge fan of this Drew McIntyre era. When he started talking about there's only one person that believed in me, there's one person to thank on tonight's SmackDown, I was like, you're welcome. I was the one saying Drew McIntyre should be winning this, and there's nobody else. And then, I prayed for it and it happened, but he thanked himself instead. So, but maybe it was the subtext and he was really saying, thank you, Steve. So you're welcome, Drew McIntyre.
I was hoping he'd win too. I just didn't put a whole lot of faith in it happening because I hadn't seen anything on TV to lead me to believe that was really a possibility.
I had the faith. Sometimes you just need blind faith. You don't need facts or science, Larson.
We could agree to disagree on that one.
I
think we're going to agree on this next one, though. TNA Impact on AMC last night, put it diplomatically, was a bit of a mess. It's a bummer that the rest of the show was kind of getting put on blast so much because the main event was actually pretty darn good.
Yeah.
It was Santana versus Kazarian for the TNA title, and Santana won the title back in a really good match. The
consensus that I saw online was basically that, though. It was, God, this sucks, but the main event's really good.
Yeah.
And then they had all sorts of, you have how many months to sort this out? You got a bunch of visa issues precluding people from being there. According to, Jesus, I think it was Fightful
about Leon Slater, right? Yeah.
About Leon Slater, the reason he wasn't there, their most exciting guy, was because of visa issues, not because WWE yanked him in exchange for AJ Styles, which would be hilarious. WWE gets him to dance and then takes away one of the things that gets him there. But, we had an AJ Styles. Dude, I have to try and bring responsible, constructive criticism, Steve, because this was a clown show. and I don't want to go too hard on it because I want it to succeed because I think it's good to succeed.
Yes. Agreed.
There
1000%.
there is something, I guess, ironic, I don't know, about TNA cozying up with WWE, which if WWE does nothing else, they do production. Production is their jam, man. They do that better than anybody.
Although tonight
else.
on SmackDown, there was some audio dropouts.
Oh, were there?
Yeah, like Joe was doing a lead-in from commercial, and usually it was involving promoting something.
Yeah, I did notice one.
And the audio would drop out.
Yeah. But generally speaking, they're aces at production. And dude, I don't know what the deal was, but you get this fancy new deal with AMC, and TNA has never, from a production standpoint, looked worse.
Because live TV is a whole different animal than taping. There was at least 2 instances I can think of watching the premiere last night where it seemed like they whoever was doing the segment either didn't know it was time to go live or thought they could do something over, because there was, I think it was the Ariana Grace Stax thing where they repeated the same line twice to begin it.
Oh yeah. That might.
It was that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could be right about that. I think back to when I used to do TNA reviews in 2017 when, it was Alberto and like, Sienna was there and it, for it to feel, it was on par back then with what AEW presents now, which is very professional looking, very capable. It was in 2017. It absolutely was.
I mean, when we were watching it in 2020, 2021, it was like, how many lights can we set up in this scene to cast as many shadows as possible behind the participants in this segment?
I'll be honest with you, dude. It had gone downhill in that time.
Okay.
And you're right. They didn't have a proper, just basic knowledge of cinematography in 2021. But in 2017, it still looked good. Mm-hmm. There was nothing distracting about, at least from what I can remember. But this looked ill-lit, just scores of empty chairs everywhere to be found. It looked so ragged from a production standpoint that I'm just looking at, I'm like, this looks worse than it did in 2020, 2021 we were watching. Mm-hmm. It looks significantly worse. And yeah, maybe there's a difference between, there is a difference between doing things live and taped, but you would think they've got the same production people, like the same lighting setups, the same whatever. They open on a shot of the arena. Oh, exciting new era for TNA. It looks like from the exterior, it's like, because there's no like parking lot there, right? They didn't film when people were gathering outside to get in line. Could you imagine? They do one shot of like the line to get in right before they open doors, and you get that dude running with this camera and everybody's there. Yeah, TNA, great.
Crazy for TNA, yeah.
It was just one sparse long shot of the venue with like nobody around. And it's like, oh, this is exciting.
You know what? You could forgive that if the quality of the show itself was good.
Yeah, what I was saying, it was just like, a harbinger of things to come.
There's been plenty of episodes of Dynamite when they're still running basketball arenas, like the NBA arenas, where you could hear conversations all over the arena because it was so sparsely attended. Yeah. But if the quality of the show was good, all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like the Elegance brand segment, for example, where like I like the idea of so much of I'm once we stopped watching after Honor No More essentially left TNA, we stopped watching around then.
Yeah.
Because that was pinnacle TNA as far as I'm concerned, was the Honor No More era.
Absolutely.
And so like I'm happy that Ash by Elegance, of course, she was Dana Brooke and WWE, is found a gimmick that works for her and has had a great deal of success with it. I'm happy. That segment last night was like the concierge guy has, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. The guy they got for Mr. Elegance didn't work.
I like the personal concierge. He's like the one thing that I actually
his
like.
Delivery, I'm sure it's purposely intended to be this way, is like nails on chalkboard for me. Which I get it. He's a heel. It's supposed to be obnoxious, but it's a level of obnoxiousness that I can't stomach.
Yeah. I mean, that's, even little things like, and dude, maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe AJ Styles's music there in TNA has a really quiet intro, but did you notice this when he came out? Like his Tron visual started playing.
No, it was up for a while. Like the broadcast itself was quiet. I had to turn up the volume like double what I usually listen to my TV on to hear it.
Yeah.
And so I was turning it up. I'm like, what's going on? Why is there no sound here?
Like you have the visuals of AJ and the crowd starts, they're like,
I think the idea was they put the Tron up to get the crowd like, in a fever pitch.
Dude,
and then you get the song.
No. I'm sorry. You can't give him the benefit of the doubt. You really can't. After the width and breadth of what we saw, they didn't know where like the music button was or something. I don't know where the file was. Or it just, there was like, oh my God, what? The video's playing. Why is the audio not playing? And then they go, the override. Where's the override?
Yeah.
It feels like it was that during the entirety of the show. The knockout tag title win for people, I think, watching on TNA Plus happened during commercial.
Wait. You get the paid service and the commercial happens during the tag title win?
And from what I understand, well, it was a botch. It was not intentional.
Oh, all right.
From what I understand, it's not even going to be on TNA Plus anymore. They just did that with a pilot episode, and then next week you got to get on AMC Plus, I guess, or get cable.
AMC, yeah.
So, the bottom line, this has kind of been the case with TNA, is you got to do one thing at least better than anybody else. And for a while, TNA, when there was no AEW here in the States, you could make that case.
Yeah, the best wrestling on television on a weekly basis was TNA. Yeah.
And you had, that's exactly right. But you also had, like, it was an alternative to WWE. It was never going to be bigger than WWE. No. But especially going back to its origins, you had WCW out of business. And so plenty of, like, still relevant name people went to TNA. And so you could get that fix plus the X Division, the AJ Styles mojos, what you just said, the wrestling. And through the years up until AEW, it was still like, hey, you could get the people that still have some relevancy, that still have some, gas in the tank. And then AEW came around, and anybody who has gas in the tank goes one of two places, WWE or AEW. And so then what's TNA left with?
Yeah.
People who are running on fumes, and the young, exciting people are either going to be snatched up by AEW or New Japan or
WWE,
or if they're really good and young, WWE, as we've seen with Leon Slater. So it's like, I don't know what TNA has to offer.
Yeah, and I don't know
that you're not getting somewhere else.
Yeah, and I apart from saturating the marketplace and a promotion where they can just like directly bring talent from, like, what does WWE, specifically NXT, benefit from this TNA partnership? Like, you can make the point that TNA benefits greatly because they get the exposure of TNA talent on NXT and WWE programming, like Leon Slater tonight on Smackdown had a spectacular match against Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, God, that was good.
It was so good. And maybe there's some evidence out there that TNA's partnership with NXT helped them get this TV deal.
I don't know. Yeah, I would think so. I think that WWE's benefit from TNA, to my mind, is simply one major thing and one minor thing. The minor thing is access to like tape library stuff. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
They don't care about that anymore.
No, I'm not saying to like monetize it, to use it for their own production.
Yeah, like if they would do an AJ Styles documentary, now they have all this TNA stuff.
Right, and I think that's a very minor thing. But if TNA had that arrangement with AEW, they wouldn't have access to that stuff. I think the major thing is the reason why AEW partners with New Japan. So they have
It's like, secondary NXT essentially.
It's kind of their real developmental, because it's like, when you think of development, it's like, hey, let's have this farm league, and we have all these names out there, and anybody who stands out, then we'll bring them into the fold, and that could be NXT or main roster. But it is a place where people can go, and they have, and they're locked in, basically. It's like, hey, you go to TNA, you're going to have, if you, WWE is paying attention if you go there. So is AEW, because we've seen the Rascals go from TNA to AEW. But you would think that WWE would have kind of an insider advantage the way AEW has that with New Japan. And I think that when you and I have talked about WWE as or AEW as any kind of competition for WWE, talent, we've always talked about, for talent. Yeah. And I think that's the war that WWE wants to make sure that they're winning handedly, is like, if there's new talent, well, this is one place that they can go that we're going to support, because we're going to have access to them prior to AEW have. We're going to have first dibs, basically.
Yeah, obviously. I think that's the benefit. And also, I think this kind of bookending Dynamite with NXT and TNA to kind of drown out as much as they can.
Oh, sure,
you see this with their residencies and the shows they run opposite AEW. The idea is we're just going to flood the market with so much wrestling that weekend that hopefully the AEW show will just kind of get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And it seems like now on a weekly basis, that might be their approach as well.
But if the question, because I thought that was the question, what's WWE's benefit? If your question is what's TNA's benefit, I think it is, because I got the...
Oh, yeah. No, I TNA's benefit is obvious. Since last year, their attendance numbers have been great.
Right, yeah.
They got this TV deal. They've had a lot of exposure on NXT. Obviously, this deal's worked out for TNA. And I was just asking, apart from the talent aspect.
Oh, yeah.
What is really WWE getting out?
I think you can't underestimate the talent aspect.
No, I don't think you can either.
Yeah. But I think you're right also about like drowning out. It's like, hey, that's our partner promotion. We're running against an AEW show. It's just more eyeballs that could be somewhere else.
It's an interesting thing, though, because you had Sol Ruca, who was on the show last night.
Yeah.
And, she just beat Bayley on Saturday night's main event. So you have her beat one of the best wrestlers in WWE on a special event, a huge one at that, because it was seen as a retirement match that night.
Yeah.
That's a huge show.
Yeah.
She gets that massive spotlight to showcase her skills and get the win. And then she shows up on Impact. In the sense of individual NXT talents who have, achieved some modicum of exposure on the main roster, to then go back to TNA, it just feels like such a massive step down.
Well, doesn't that also kind of play into the production of TNA? I thought the same thing with Stax and Ariana Grace. I was like, boy, WWE and NXT's production really does their roster a great service. When they're there, they know how to light. They know they have all the best equipment. Yeah, they show up in TNA, and it's like they kind of look less than, and that's just that's just WWE's production machine right there. I think for that talent, for somebody like Stax and Ariana Grace, I assume it's to get reps, even though I never thought. Remember, Ariana Grace, that girl is like made for main roster. She's
such a natural
on everything
on TV. Yeah,
at the very least, as a manager, I've only seen a small handful of very quick matches of hers because she usually loses. But like Stax holds his own in the ring, and he's a good personality. He doesn't need to be in TNA, and I don't know if it helps him at all. But I guess at that level, maybe reps, regardless, do help. I don't know.
That could be. I don't know.
But yeah, I was looking at social media, and people are just calling this out for being an absolute mess. And maybe when they are in the comfort of an environment where they can tape it and make it look good and do, the proper crowd shots in venues that aren't 7,000 capacity, set up for 3,800, getting 2,500, maybe it'll look better and the production will be better. I don't know. But this was, the proof will be in the pudding, I guess. Yeah. But even, dude, from like a story perspective, they've been doing this hunt for Mr. Elegance for like weeks now. and this was the guy who won the spot. Like, I think Ryan Nemeth had tried to be Mr. Elegance, and then they gave it to this guy. And, like, this is your big show-off thing, right? Like, I didn't know what the hell this was, the Elegance thing. And so I'm like, oh, what, Mr. Elegance? I mean, it wasn't without its charm, because it's like, oh, they all seem to be having fun with this, and I get the gimmick. And but at the same time, I was kind of lost in it, and I was like, I don't really know what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's like you could just tell TNA it just looks so depleted.
Yeah.
It just, was Dolph Ziggler even on the show? Was Nick Nemeth on the show?
No.
His brother was.
Yeah, his brother was briefly.
Got punked out by their Hollywood Row.
Yeah, Dolph is the call your shot trophy holder now.
Oh, that's right.
So they did run a thing during the show where, he's like, hey.
That's right, yeah.
I think it was filmed, another episode. We did see some debuts for TNA. Daria Ray, formerly Sonya Deville, is kind of like another authority figure.
Heel authority figure.
Yeah.
The suit.
A great trope that always works in wrestling.
Yeah. She's good, though.
Yeah, she's good. And then formerly known as Cora Jade.
Mm-hmm. Elena Black.
She made her debut in the same segment.
Yeah.
Probably forgetting other debuts, maybe. Johnny Curtis said that there's going to be a new member of the system after his retirement match.
Yeah, he's got a retirement match with Ed Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
Those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it'll get better. But
I hope so. So.
And then there was the Dixie Carter moment. That was rough.
That was rough. The entire crowd
brutal.
Basically booing her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The crowd remembers, I guess. Never forget.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, we're going to talk about Smackdown here in just a second. We do have a sponsor for the show this week, so let's go ahead and talk about them.
Let's do it. This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by Tempo. Steve, I try my best to eat well, but after not eating well during the holidays, I'm focusing on starting 2026 strong. But I got to tell you, it's been really hard so far this year. My schedule's been packed with work stuff, family stuff. We did some traveling, and there have been far too many times where I've had to deviate from my meal plan, eat something else just to save time.
Ah, man, I hear you. I used to run in the nearest drive-thru or order takeout whenever I found myself in a time crunch. But now I reach for Tempo. You see, Tempo offers fresh, chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready to eat in just 2 minutes, and they're delivered directly to my door.
And Tempo keeps things exciting with 20 new recipes each and every week, like rustic ratatouille grilled chicken and enchilada beef bowls, and they're made from nutrient-rich ingredients so you can stay consistent with your healthy eating habits.
And no matter your goals, Tempo has a meal for you. You'll be happy to hear this, Larson. Tempo's protein-packed meals have up to 30 grams of protein.
Did I hear 30 grams of protein? Is that what you said?
You got that right, 30 grams. But that's not all. Tempo also has carb-conscious, fiber-rich, and GLP-1 balanced meals.
For a limited time, Tempo is offering Going In Raw listeners 60% off their first box. Go to tempomeals.com/raw. That's tempomeals.com/raw for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/raw. Rules and restrictions may apply.
All right. So we got Drew McIntyre's fancy in-ring celebration. He had a whole row of
bagpipe players.
Bagpipes. Thank you. Yes, bagpipe player. My sister had one of those at her wedding. Really, really loud. We were in a really lovely venue, and it was very echoey.
Yeah.
So those bagpipes, but man, it was cool.
Yeah.
So he had a bunch of those guys.
Yeah.
And then he came out and he drew. He did one of those promo things where he thanked himself, and then Randy Orton comes down, says, "I beat you for that before. I'll beat you for it again."
Yeah.
And then hold on a second. And then the Miz attacked Randy Orton, right?
Yeah, him with the skull-crushing finale is a prelude to their match. Yeah, because the through line for the episode primarily was
he's got a lot of people coming at him.
Yeah, was this number one contender kind of mini tournament determined Drew's opponent for the Rumble, and so you had Randy versus Miz, you had Trick versus Cardona, you had Solo versus Damian Priest, and in the main event, you had Sammy versus Ilya. And this all kind of shook out. The results of this all kind of shook out as we expected. So you got Sammy, Trick, Priest, and Randy advancing. This is at Saturday night's main event. This match is happening, this four-way. It's in Montreal.
Who's really popular in Montreal?
Who's from Montreal?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. We said it last week. Sami Zayn was winning this. Guess what? Sami Zayn is winning this. He's probably going to pin Damian Priest.
Yes, you're probably right about that.
And Sammy will face Drew at the Rumble. He'll lose that match. But I guess if they have any designs on Sammy maybe contending for the world title in 2027, winning it at Mania maybe, this is kind of like the real first solid introduction to that story arc for him, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We saw him at the Rumble a couple of years ago in that great bit with Roman Reigns, or I'm sorry, his match was at the Chamber, I should say.
Yeah.
And he came up short there. But yeah, he's been hovering around the world title, been mentioning the world title a lot. Took a brief detour with the U.S. title to set up the open challenge nature of it now. But he seems to be back in the hunt for that. And it seems like that's the way it's going to go down. They put a really nice video package together for the Royal Rumble match. He loses that, but it's going to be a spirited effort where he'll only lose because Drew McIntyre will probably be a cheaty there.
Yeah, probably. I thought all the tournament matches were either really good or exceptionally good.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought actually Smackdown as a whole, I enjoyed quite a bit. The wrestling, pretty much top to bottom, was all really good. I thought there was some storyline stuff, some interesting storyline developments. They're far too often when Smackdown was 3 hours last year, the complaint was, there wasn't enough going on. But at least there's an episode where throughout the episode, more or less, every segment had a purpose to be on the show and there were stakes involved.
It feels more like Raw does. It seems like, and it's kind of, they've mentioned that, I think you said it was Ryan Ward, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's sort of like overseeing those shows under Triple H. And if this is his sort of, if this is the blueprint that he uses for Raw, perhaps, and then he's brought over to SmackDown, given that it's, 3 hours long, that's not a bad blueprint to use because, yes, the show, with Drew encountering everybody, including Jacob Fatu, it made the entire show feel like one big thing. Mm-hmm. And that is, and we mentioned that last week, and that if they can continue to do that and have things happen, it always helps when there is a new A story for your show with Drew McIntyre, changing of the hands with the title. That always helps things quite a bit. So I think that was a good move.
And having a strong through line with the little mini tournament helps a lot too.
Yeah.
It drives the show forward. So let's talk a little more detail about this segment with Drew. Won't do it verbatim, but he comes to the ring. And the crowd's, they're in London, United Kingdom. Crowd's super into Drew McIntyre. And
people, we're always, what's funny, dude? We're always going to get pushback on that. Like, it cracks me up when people because when he won in, was it Dusseldorf? No, that was Raw.
Yeah, it was Berlin.
Berlin. Yeah, it was Berlin. And I was like, yeah, they're in Europe. I'm sure plenty of people appreciate Drew McIntyre, which they did. You could hear it. You could literally hear it.
Yeah.
And people are like, just because he's in Berlin doesn't mean that they're going to support him because he's from Scotland. I'm like, did you not listen to the crowd?
Yeah. So he says, I'm the first and only ever British WWE champion. He says the love that's been shown has been incredible, been cheered all across Europe. And I want to say to each and every one of you, screw you. So this isn't a heel bit. Where were you all when I got fired? Where were you when Punk was screwing me over? When Jay was doing that stupid yeet stuff? When Cody and his referee screwed me all the time? Nothing. There's only one person to thank for believing in me, and that's me. So he says, so thank you, Drew McIntyre. If you want to chant something, chant thank you, Drew. He continues on, says his era begins. That's when Orton comes out and says, I beat you before for that. I'm going to beat you again. Jacob Fatu's music hits.
Oh, he did mention also, and I loved this because it's a story beat. In the contract for the 3 stages from hell, he specified Cody doesn't get a rematch.
An automatic rematch, yeah.
Right.
He has to start at the very beginning.
Yeah.
More on that later. So Jacob Fatu's music hits, and Drew just about shit his pants.
Yeah.
When that music hits. And he's clutching the WWE title like so. He's like hugging it against his chest. And he tries to get out of there. Jacob Fatu catches up to him. Drew smashes Jacob into the ring post. Jacob no-sells it, and Drew has to hop the barricade to make his escape. But especially earlier on the show, before Jacob kind of gets sidetracked by Cody, every shot of Drew backstage is him clutching that title.
Yeah,
fearful that he's about to lose it.
Because number one, you got 8 people,
Yeah.
with an opportunity to get after him. And, everywhere he turns. And then on top of that, you got Jacob Fatu, you got Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
And so everywhere you turn, you've got 10 people after you, like with a legitimate case against you or a legitimate case to want to hurt you. So yeah, I like that aspect. Again, it's a sense of urgency. It's like every time we see him, he's like, oh man, who's going to get at me next? So yeah, that was good stuff.
It's good stuff. Let's talk about this number one contender tournament. As mentioned earlier, first match tonight, Orton versus The Miz. Not a surprise here. Randy Orton gets the win with an RKO. After that match, Ilya bumps into Drew backstage, and that's where Drew's still clutching that title. And he's still freaking out about Jacob Fatu. And Ilya says, do you want to do your Ilya here?
Drew, I will beat Sammy and get one closer to that. I won a title my first night here back, and I do not fight like a sane man. And then Drew's like, he says, Drew says, well, you know what? Right now, I don't care. You win, fine. I'll see you at the Rumble. I didn't knock out Jacob's teeth, but I'll knock yours out. And then he goes off, and Ilya just turns and looks at him and says, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking love Ilya, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on one tonight during his match with Sammy.
Dude, oh my God.
Let's go.
Man,
he was
guy
really
is
getting after Sammy.
That guy is intense. I'd look down for 1 second. I look up. He's got like a gusher up here just bleeding like a stuck pig.
Yep. So then Kathy's backstage to interview Matt Cardona. She asked about his match against Trick and what it means to him. And he says, it's a shame the way Cody lost, but now that match, the title match that he's trying to get is against Drew. He and I go way back. His first match was against me, just like him and Cody. I had to leave, but I'm back now. Those are 2 former champions, and I'm not yet, but I am back to be undisputed WWE champion. Well, Matt Cardona is going to need a different path to the title because he took the L to Trick here.
We might need to dust off the old depth guy video idea we had, man.
Yeah.
For Matt Cardona, because he was brought in to be a depth guy.
Yep, to feud with Kit Wilson, evidently. So the finish here, Trick's looking for a flatliner. Cardona counters. Cardona's looking for radio silence, misses. Trick pounces him and then hits the trick shot to get the win.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of the Trick shot, but I love Trick. I think he's great. The crowd just immediately whooped that Trick chance huge during his entrance.
Yep.
I thought it was great.
So then we get an interview with Priest backstage. He says, I could talk all day about Drew, but I won't get ahead of myself. Tonight is about Solo, and facing him one-on-one isn't an issue. But will it be really? Look, I won Money in the Bank. That was 1 versus all. If I have to do it again, I will. I need to get to Drew for the title, and tonight, whatever it takes. And he won.
Yeah, he won.
Because Wyatt Six came out to distract MFTs, allowing him to get the win.
Yes, so good for Damian Priest.
But Uncle Howdy won the lantern back. Didn't get it.
Priest needs a faction. He needs people to bounce off of. He did so good in the Judgment Day.
He did.
And by himself, even if it's an interview, he looks like he's just trying to remember his lines.
Yeah, he seems like he's very focused on trying not to mess up.
I'll be honest. I'd be the exact same way. That shit seems hard.
It's incredibly difficult. On live TV?
Oh, my God. Terrifying.
You can't mess up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be an anxious mess the whole time. So
I'd need a faction.
During the match, of course, the White Six come out. Howdy thinks he's got the lantern. Solo attacks him, gets the lantern. And then Priest hits Solo with a South of Heaven to get the win. So Howdy grabs the lantern back, but then Tala Tonga hits him with a boot, takes the lantern, and helps Solo up to the back.
Are you a fan of the inanimate object changing hands story?
No, it's not 1987 anymore. Be new.
Who did it in 1987? What's
They
the
did
one
it a
you-
ton in the 80s. That was a constant thing in the 80s. Oh, you took this from me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think if you had something.
Someone took
specific
Bret
in
Hart's
mind.
jacket, and I think it was gosh, who was it? I remember the match. Someone took
Yeah,
Bret Hart's
right.
jacket, and they
Yeah.
feuded over it. You know,
I love it. Yeah, that's what I just wanted to know what was going on in your little
no,
hamster
I'm
wheel
not a
there,
fan
man.
of the. Oh, you stole this from me. Not a fan of it.
A jacket. That's good.
So then we got Sammy backstage. He bumps into Drew. I think at this point, Drew's a little more comfortable because Jacob's totally worried about Cody at this point. So he says, Sammy, I heard what you had to say. You hoped I won? You think Cody would win? Good thing you weren't a betting man because you'd be a loser as usual.
Ooh.
So Sammy says, I meant what I said. A part of me wanted you to win because here's what's next. I'm going to war. I'm going to beat Ilya. Then I'm going to my hometown and win that match. Then at the Rumble, you and me will see each other again. And Drew says, inspiring, but I've beaten you 11 times. You've beaten me 0. If you happen to make it, absolutely nothing will change. And Sammy just says, we'll see. Oh, I didn't copy over the entirety of this trick promo. It was really good. Give me a moment.
Yeah. So,
Or interview. It was an interview with Kathy, I believe.
yeah, it was an interview with Kathy. He said he's putting everybody on notice. He says everybody in the tournament, all bums, barber heads, and bootlickers. Trick Williams is that dog. I look like money. I feel like money because Trick Williams is money. Congrats to Randy and Priest. You get a step in the ring of the future of the business. They be chanting, whoop that trick, but Saturday will be whoop that ass. So Priest walks up and says, you're the guy who does a lot of this talking. I'm not. I know we fight on Saturday, but I know you're free on Friday. So am I. Whoop that to whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Give him a faction. Give him a faction. Because then, give him a talker. And he can talk.
It's just like someone to bounce off of. I think he's fine. He doesn't need someone to do his talking for him.
No,
He just
I'm
needs
not
someone
saying
to
he needs
bounce off
somebody
of.
who's talking for him. But, okay, you got Trick there with an interviewer. Priest and his faction walks up. Then you got a bunch of people to bounce off of. And it's
Yeah,
not
totally.
just him stepping up cold. Trick. I'm going to whoop that. You. I want good things for him.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
want good things for him.
1,000%.
Maybe, what they should have done during this match? They should have had Aleister Black attack Damian Priest.
You really want them to go back to that.
6 more months of that. Make it a full year.
Perpetual feud. They say fight forever.
They say fight forever.
Main event, as mentioned, Sammy versus Ilya. They just beat the hell out of each other.
Jesus Christ, this was fun.
Just beat the hell out of each other, yeah. Sammy gets the win this time. Ilya is going up for a senton off the top. And Sammy gets his knees up at basically the last second.
Yeah.
Hits the exploder. Follows with a haluva kick to get the win. Afterwards, Trick attacks Sammy. Hits him with a trick shot.
Yeah.
And he stands tall as the show goes off the air. So during the show, Cody dropped a promo where he's like, only 3 people have won the back-to-back Rumbles. Only one person's done it 3 times. I'm going to gamble on myself that I could do that too. I'm in the Rumble. And the crowd was booing him at first until he got a couple good cheap pops. He mentioned WCPW.
Oh, that brought him back.
And then he mentions that London should get WrestleMania.
Oh, that really brought him into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said he's fine. He's like, oh, you have this clause in the contract that I don't get automatic rematch. That's fine. I'll start at the back of the line to earn my way, super babyface stuff. And then he says, let's talk about Jacob Fatu. Since I first met him backstage at APW, all pro wrestling shout out.
I know, right?
I knew he was going to be a thoroughbred. He's a young veteran, but I'm aware of him as well, and that he knows what a receipt is. You have the biggest receipt coming, so you can drive your all-gas car down here, and I can come find it and beat the brakes off your ass.
That's actually I like that. That was good.
Yeah, that was a clever take.
Drive your all-gas car down here.
Yeah. Clever take on his catchphrase. So Kit Wilson attacked Cardona after Cardona lost to Trick. So he hangs around the ring during commercial break and drops a promo and says, I'm right, there's a problem and I'm the solution. Y'all need reassurance. You all need leadership. Y'all need me. I am the tonic to toxic masculinity. My name is Kit Wilson. His Tron and theme are fantastic.
I don't know if I've seen somebody go from, look, he's going to be eating a lot of pins, obviously, but somebody be helped so much than this theme in Tron and Refresh.
It's spectacular.
You know, it takes a guy who clearly, obviously, already has tons of charisma and personality, and it enhances every part of that. And I'm so happy for the guy, because what a terrible situation to be in. He posted like a social media post where it was a very heartfelt thing about how difficult it has been for his tag partner, Elton
Prince. Yeah.
To go through what he's going through, because apparently it's a pretty rough situation. And he says, you know, my goal is always going to be to be back with him as a tag team, but I'm going to make the most of this while I can. And it was very nice. It was very genuine. And but in the meantime, it's nice to see that he gets a chance at something, and he's knocking it out of the park, and production's knocking it out of the park with this theme in Tron, because the people, and obviously, you know, again, kind of being in the same vicinity area of this, you know, I don't know exactly where he's from, but yeah, this is going to catch on. His shtick is going to catch on, and that's great for him.
Yeah. So then Jacob Fatu attacks him from behind. Just wrecks him. Gets the mic after hitting a moonsault and says, "Cody, you got something to say to me? Oh. Check this out. Bring your punk ass out here right now."
Good line reading. Great line reading.
Cody obliges. He comes to the ring in a tracksuit. They start brawling, this pull-apart brawl here. And then they're going to have a match at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. Who wins that?
I mean, it's going to be Wonk City, man.
We got to put Wonk finish, no D or double
Nobody
DQ.
wins, yeah.
Nobody, we got to put nobody wins on the predictions form.
Yeah, it's 1,000% going to be Wonk finish.
It's got to be Wonk finish.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. I'll believe the whole idea of them doing a triple threat when I see it. I hope that's the case for Fatu, because I think that'd be awesome. Yeah. Him being in the main event at WrestleMania in a triple threat.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be great for him. Yeah. That'd be amazing. But I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. So Jordynne Grace had her second match on SmackDown against Chelsea Green, and it seems like she's going to be the next challenger for Jade Cargill, perhaps.
Boy, she looks like a natural with that title. You know, talk about somebody who bet on themselves. I remember before she re-signed with TNA years ago, we were like, oh, dude, she'd probably go to WWE right now. And I think if I'm not mistaken, there was interest at the time. But she was like, nah, I'm going to go stick with TNA, continue to up my game, continue to up my own presentation. And she did all that shit, and look at her now. Like, if she wins, I don't think she's going to beat Jade anytime soon, because I think they're going to have Bianca do that.
Yeah.
But my God, to look at her hold that title at the end of all this, she is natural. Like, it just looks like it fits on her.
Yeah. So she gets the win over Chelsea. She didn't use Beast Mode to get the win. She used a cartwheel DVD. And then afterwards, she takes the mic and says, "Hey, champ," because Jade's sitting ringside. Says, "I'm glad you came out to watch me. It's extremely important you know exactly what's coming for you. Now, if watching tonight was just enough, that's fine. But if you're tired of babysitting that title, you can step in here right now." So Jade gets on the apron, but then Chelsea charges towards Jordynne. Jordynne moves, so Chelsea knocks Jade off the apron. The belt goes flying in the ring. Jordynne picks it up. So I imagine we're going to get a triple threat here between the three of them, with Chelsea eating the pin.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be the case. I could see that. We had Leon Slater answering Carmelo's U.S. Open challenge. Melo seemed very happy about that when he saw the Tron and the music. Leon Slater got a tremendous reaction as well. Probably match of the, well, I don't know, boy, Sammy Ilya was really good, but this was up there in terms of being match of the night.
Oh, no, this was match of the night.
You think so? Boy, yeah. I don't know. That Sammy Ilya one, man, that was good stuff. This was really
like the first 5 minutes of this match in particular, they were doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, this was really
cool. It was bonkers.
Yeah, that fucking finish. It was an avalanche suplex cutter. That was fucking awesome. And Carmelo got the win.
Yeah, that was great.
But it was a tremendous match. Afterwards, we had Nakamura backstage watching. Tama Tonga comes back up, walks up to him. We've seen them, trade words before. He says, "Hey, you looking at that title like it belongs to you still?" He says, "You had your chance and you blew it. Once MFTs take those tag titles, that U.S. championship is mine." He says, "You and I go way back, so this is your one and only warning. Stay out of my way." And then Shinsuke tells him in Japanese, totally fine. It's all yours. I'll hang back. Do what you want to do. Sorry for getting in your business.
I doubt that's what was said here.
That was totally the body language I got. No, he probably said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, that seemed to be.
And then walked away.
Pretty much right in Thomas' face when he was talking. So yeah. Alexa and Charlotte had a tag match against Julia and Kiana James, but before it, Alexa was giving Charlotte some crap about missing last week.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, if Charlotte's sick, what can she do?
Well, Alexa Bliss wanted to make sure. She's like, hey, this is straight in the narrow, or are you like, and Charlotte was like, it was coming out of both ends. It was disgusting.
Yeah, projectile. Yeah.
Projectile. Liquid everywhere. Just disgusting.
Yeah.
Burning, assholes.
Yeah, it's no good.
That. It's horrible. No, she did say she went, bleh.
Yeah, she insinuated that she had some sort of stomach issue.
Up.
So.
Yeah.
So Alexa says, last week sucked. I lost to Julia, and Nia and Lash beat me up. I was left all alone. I need to know, were you actually sick? And Charlotte's like, yeah, it was bad. You're the one that had a title opportunity before me. You know how many of those I've turned down? So they argue a little bit back and forth. And then Lash and Nia walk up. And says, you have no reason to trust me, but that's typical Alexa playing the victim. Charlotte says, you're right. I don't. So next time you give me unsolicited advice, you won't like my response. This charade, she's talking about Nia and Lash, says, I know why Lexi isn't friends with you anymore, and you've changed, Lash. So we get Julia and Kiana James versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Alexa and Charlotte get the win. Alexa hits Kiana with the Sister Abigail DDT and to get the W. Then afterwards, Lash and Nia attack Charlotte and Alexa. Take them out. Julie gets back in the ring. She wants to throw hands, but then Kiana pulls them out. So they're having a number one contender match for the tag titles for whoever wins the Saturday night's main event between these three teams: Alexa and Charlotte, Nia and Lash, and then Julia and Kiana James.
Yeah.
Because Liv and Roxanne got a tag title shot at Saturday night's main event.
Right. After that, we still have Bo Dallas wanting that lantern back of his.
This actually happened before the match with Solo, though.
Sorry. Whenever I say just no, every time I say after that, it means in the notes.
Yeah.
We also had Bo Dallas wanting his lantern back.
Yeah.
They did a replay of the MFT winning last week, and Bo, they always do the videotape thing here.
Yeah.
The VHS player, the VCR. Bo says, Solo, you think you stole our light? You just inherited what it really means. The lantern has never been a weapon. We carry it in the dark, so the dark doesn't carry us. It does not belong in the hands of someone who believes taking it then in its true purpose. If you come back to us like moths to the flame will not rest until anyway. He says a bunch of shit. And then we get a Solo promo in response.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're right, this is more than a lantern. I can see the millions of fireflies across the world, and they're now in my possession. Your legacy is in my hands. If you want this back, put those titles on the line. But that's the beginning. My family will take them back, but until then, I'll take very good care of this lantern. He'll be with me when I take out Damian Priest and bring back the title to the family. And then he blows out the lantern. So, he promises it's going to be in good condition. He's going to take good care of it.
Yeah.
It's not like, he's like throwing it on the floor.
Yeah, it's not like he's stomping on it or anything.
Right, he's not using it to like prop up stuff.
So then finally here we got Candice and Johnny Gargano backstage. Axiom walks up, says, I'm trying to save you from a beating. Just give me my mask. And Johnny says, I don't have your mask. And he gives it to Candice. And he says, we're going to go do married couple stuff now. Bye. And he turns and there's another Axiom there. And he's like, what's happening? So then, of course, the other Axiom's Nathan Frazier.
All these guys are built the exact same.
Yeah, pretty close. So they beat up Johnny a little bit, and then Frazier takes his mask off and says, I got a match against you next week. And then after that, Axiom gets a piece of you. We're going to get the mask back.
Yeah. And that's SmackDown.
And that was your SmackDown.
Larson gave it. How many stars out of 5, Larson?
Relatively, I think it's a 4-star SmackDown. That seems
really?
Fair. Yeah, I was entertained.
Good.
How about you?
Let me ask you something. Is it sometimes a mood thing?
1,000% is time of day and mood. If this same SmackDown happened from 5 to 8 and we had to wait another 3 hours to do our review, 2.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, this got kind of a 3 for me.
Huh.
But I think if I was in a better, like, I don't know, I got plenty of sleep. I got plenty of sleep.
Did TNA last night really sour you on pro wrestling entirely?
Yeah, maybe. I think that's the thing that, like, I'm going to
this felt like a breath of fresh air after watching that.
Yeah, I could see that, maybe. I watched the new Star Trek show, the one with Becky Lynch in it.
What's that one called?
Starfleet Academy. They're trying to get, like, young people into Star Trek. And I'm like, Star Trek is like comic books, man. Or, I'm sorry, Star Trek is like superhero comics at this point. It's for old men like me, you know. But it wasn't without its charm.
Okay.
Big Vomit's good.
Oh, that's right. He's on it.
And Holly Hunter's in it. And, of course, Becky Lynch is in it.
Yeah. All right. You want to answer a few questions?
I'm going to give you your options here in terms of what you'd like to blind power rank today.
Oh, we're going to jump right into that. Okay.
We're going to hop right into it. Why put up airs, you know?
I guess so.
Would you prefer to rank 70s, 80s, 90s TV dads? Or Star Trek movies? Or songs with a color in the title? Or British tourist attractions?
Let's do Star Trek movies. You just mentioned Star Trek.
All right.
How many?
There's 5, but I am going to alter one of them.
Okay.
Because we're not going to make this.
I think I've seen most all of them. I mean, there's a couple of Next Generation ones I haven't seen.
I mean, there's one on here that's like, it's literally not even a fucking, this is not a real movie. Hold on a second. That's on there. Okay.
It's not a real movie.
Okay, we'll do this. Okay.
Not a real movie.
All right. Number 1. Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh, trash. But not the worst Trek.
Okay.
So I'm putting that at 4.
Okay. All right. Next up, Star Trek Nemesis.
See, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's the final Next Generation movie.
Is that the one with Tom Hardy in it, or is that the other one?
Yes. It's widely panned by fans, largely because the guy who directed it was not a fan of Star Trek, and there was not a lot of fan service in it.
But you don't mind it, right?
I mean, it's Star Trek. You know, that's like pizza to me.
All right. Even though I've never seen it, it's got to be better than Into Darkness, so 3 for that one.
It's definitely better than Into Darkness.
All right, good.
Next up, Star Trek The Motion Picture.
So I'm guessing we're not going to get Khan. We're not going to get Search for Spock. We're not going to get Voyage Home.
I'm not telling you shit.
Because there's a ton of Star Trek movies, and there's only 5 listed.
Right.
Trying to remove the obvious top ones from the equation.
Unless they're saving the best for last.
That's the thought process. You know, even if it means I have to stick Khan at 2, I'm going to put that number 1.
Okay.
Because I don't think Khan's on there. Unless you put it on there.
All right. Next up, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier.
5. That's the one Shatner directed, right?
You got that right.
Trash. 5.
This is the only one I haven't seen.
Really?
I have tried. It's horrible.
It's trash.
It is.
It's trash.
I think I might have seen most of it in like small chunks. Never sat through the entire thing.
I remember this is one of the VHS tapes my dad rented from the local video store. Because we used to go every Friday. We go out to get pizza and we'd rent a movie to watch.
It's an 80s tradition.
Yeah. And we all sit in, like, we watched all the Star Trek movies up to that point. And remember putting that one on. Wow, this is terrible.
It's crazy stinks. How much of a fall off there was.
Yeah.
From its like most popular one down to that.
Yeah, trash.
All right. So what spot do you have
2.
next?
I have 2.
Okay. So in your opinion then, the number 2 best Star Trek movie of all time out of these is This Ain't Star Trek XXX, the porno parody of Star Trek.
I mean, I can't say I've seen that one.
I don't know if I have or not. I actually had taken off Wrath of Khan because I'm like, you can't give him Wrath of Khan. He's going to put that at number 1.
Yeah, where was that in the list?
I put that, instead I put the motion picture on there.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm like, come on, that's an easy number 1. We wanted to get him to say the porno one is number 1.
I didn't do it, though.
You didn't do it. And I still honestly think that Into Darkness should be number... That and Star Trek 5 probably like 4 or 5.
It's just the gap between them is not terrible. I think I hit a home run on this one, honestly.
Well done. Yeah, motion picture out of all these.
Yeah, motion pictures tops.
Motion pictures tops. I actually like that movie.
I can't speak to the quality of the Triple X parody, obviously, but
I'm sure it's great. I mean, come on, man. It's got, future people fucking.
I mean, I'm aware of what happens in those movies. Josh M. wants you to blind power rank. I think this is the best of the bunch.
Cool.
Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Ah, shit. Okay. How many?
6. He puts the caveat here about how you're supposed to rank them, but I'm not gonna. Just based on what you think is tops.
Okay.
All right. First one, Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. Modern Stone Age family.
Yeah.
From the town of Bedrock.
I was always confused by this stuff. Historically, not sure how accurate it is.
It's not.
Yeah.
There were humans in the time of dinosaurs, man.
I haven't watched it in a while, but it probably follows the standard trope of like misogynistic husband, but he's dope. And the wife is super smart, but for some reason she ain't, she's just at home like doing the home stuff. I'm going to say this is number 4.
All right. 4 of the 6. Got it. Next, Yogi Bear Show.
Hey, boo-boo. That's where I get my Damian Priest impression from. Number 2.
All right. Next up, personal favorite of mine, Space Ghost and Dino Boy.
Oh, man. Yeah, but this is like...
This isn't Coast to Coast. I know.
Yeah.
I used to watch Space Ghost when I was a kid.
I didn't even know about Space Ghost.
Really?
Until Coast to Coast.
Wow.
I'm going to put that at number 6. I just don't know any. If he's not.
Yes, the characters
wise,
from Coast to Coast, but it's just a more traditional cartoon.
Yeah, but without Coast to Coast, I don't know about that. The design of the character is really good.
It's great. Next, this is one I'm not familiar with. Actually, I know of it, but I don't remember ever watching it. Wacky Races. Characters racing.
I just got a kick out of the Wacky Races. Oh, look at this.
There's like I can't remember. It's like a dog.
Is that
like
Snidely Whiplash? I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy?
I think so, maybe.
The Mean Machine.
Or the character looks a lot like him.
Yeah. I mean, it's got cars, it's got racing. I'm down with that. I'll put it at number 3.
All right. Next up here, I'm guessing this is going to be your number 1.
Yeah.
It's Scooby-Doo.
Oh, number 5, dude. Where's
Too
Jetsons?
formulaic.
Give me some Jetsons.
Jetsons is the last one.
Okay, there you go. Number 1, yeah. As long as Jetsons number 1, I killed it. Did great.
Why did you put Scooby at so low?
Same goddamn plot every single time, man.
But like you had the charm was in the guest stars. You had the Harlem Globetrotters. You had
the
Sandy
Harlem
Duncan.
Globetrotters. That was the only good ones. Those were cool because it was all about ball. Fucking Shaggy.
All right,
let's
you want
see
some real
here.
questions? How about this one from Dylan? Says, "Hey, friendo. So after watching Stranger Things with some friends, we decided to start catching up to watch movies every now and then. Can you guys name me 5 movies between the two of you that we should watch? But don't say RoboCop, Boogie Nights, or No Country for Old Men because I have them on my list."
The Thing.
Yes, The Thing is very good.
It's a really good one.
The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
The original theatrical release of Donnie Darko. Do not get the director's release.
Do not.
Yes.
Do not.
Do not.
That's 3, right?
That's 3.
Guessing No Wrath of Khan.
I got my
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. Oh, terrific flick. Yeah. Yeah. And on top of that, you could be like going to conversations and people talking about movies and be like, what about Citizen Kane?
Yeah. Craig Tolan lifted up the floor.
Yeah.
Gets shot. This person
Lifted
wanted
up the floor.
And, they were so concerned about the depth of field, everything in the shot being in focus.
Right. Exactly. 10 millimeter lens throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, come on. Yeah, handsome man, Mr. Garrison. I get out of here. We can party sometime.
It's good.
JFK.
Yeah.
Would you like to look at the television, Mr. Lee?
Bonus 6th one, Nightcrawler.
Oh, God damn it, pal. Nightcrawler's so good. Louis Bloom.
Yeah. Video production news.
Video production news. Oh, man. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Kyle says, I like that none of these are wrestling questions. Kyle says, are there any people from your days at Machinima whom you would like to have known better while you were there, or anyone from that time you wish you had stayed in contact with after you left? I wish I got a chance to work with Hundar.
Yeah.
With Brett.
Yeah.
That'd have been rad. He's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one. Because the spell where I worked actually in the office for basically a year plus, or a year and change, like I got to know a lot of the people, especially that were on camera a lot in the early days. So I got to do stuff with them. So
It would have been cool to have worked with Bruce more too.
yeah,
That'd have been neat.
Yeah.
That'd have been cool.
Luis here says, what's the best one-hit wonders from each decade from the 80s and up? Just give me like 3 good one-hit wonders. Because 80s,
One-hit
90s.
wonders from the 80s
Yeah.
or 90s. Shit, dude, I don't know. Like that's top of my head stuff.
Voices Carry by Till Tuesday.
Oh, dude, Rick Beato talked about them the other day. I watched
That's a
the video.
great song. Amy Mann's
It's a fucking great video, yeah, or
Yeah.
great song, yeah. It
Yeah.
is. It's terrific, man. I've been reading that grunge book you got me,
Oh, is it good?
and I'm only like I don't know 30 pages deep, but already I've been catching up on the U-Men,
Good.
on the Blackouts,
Good. What about 10-minute warning?
on the Melvins. Not at 10-minute warning yet, but
All right,
I'm
that's
at
Duff
the
McKagan
Melvins.
of Guns N' Roses band.
Right. There's also the Farts.
Yeah.
Haven't listened to them yet.
Yeah.
But no, it's fucking awesome stuff. Every second I get a chance, I crack it open. So
Good.
10 out of 10 gift right there.
Perfect.
Gee, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this shit.
Oh, here's another great one-hit wonder. Return of the Mac.
Yeah. Was that his only
think
hit?
so. I think so. If not, I'm sorry, but that's a great song.
Yeah, it is Mark Morrison, right?
Yeah, Mark Morrison.
That's a great
It
song.
was on the radio the other day. Like, gosh darn, this is a good song.
Yeah. Oh, dude, come on. Stereo MC's connected.
Ugh.
EMF's unbelievable.
Ugh.
What's that other one? There's another one.
Jesus Jones, right here, right now.
I always used to troll you with that shit.
Yeah, you get in your car, you blasting one of those songs just to piss me off.
That was great.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah. Let's see here. Joe the Meme Maker, who are celebrities you've seen in public that aren't wrestling related? I once lit pink cigarette. And I ran into Bam Margera in line at the for the bathroom at the Burgundy Room in Hollywood.
Yeah, if you live in Los Angeles for any amount of time, you will run into celebrities. The same night I saw Dave Grohl and John Tesh at a movie theater. We saw Tobey Maguire and we saw Requiem for a Dream at the Laemmle on Sunset.
Oh, another movie you should check out. Whoever asked that question earlier, Pi.
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky's Pi.
Saw Elijah Wood when I saw Batman Begins at the Man's Theater in Hollywood.
I saw Jay Leno. He had like a whole crowd around him at Universal. One of the times I took my family down there in like 2012, 2009, something like that. Big old head.
But like you'd be driving down the freeway and like Sean Astin was in the car next to me.
Yeah, right.
know.
Yeah.
Like one time we were going somewhere and Paris Hilton was in the car next to us. Like it just happens.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Fucking, Jeff used to get those press tickets for the red carpet events, for the premieres. So we'd always go to the after parties and like it was just wall to wall, and just watching those people is hilarious because they're just normal. But it's just like watching, because the one that I really remember is when we went to the premiere of the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead movie, the one in the mall, and they had it, I think the Beverly Center, I want to say, and they like closed down, or it was at night, so the mall probably would have been closing, I don't know, but they opened up the food court and had like the actual food court vendors there as the catering, which is pretty cool. And so they had Sabaro's Pizza,
And
like, I think they just had pizza.
Oh.
And so, I'm just sort of looking around, people watching, and I noticed Mimi Rogers and her husband, the post Tom Cruise husband, just pick up a whole fucking pizza pie and walk back, go back to their cars with that. Yeah. Hope that pizza was good, Mimi.
Yeah.
Let's see here. My spirit animal is a Dorito says, which of CM Punk's tattoos is your favorite? The only two I know are the Cobra and the Pepsi.
Yeah, same.
Let me see if I can hold on a second.
I guess
CM
of those
Punk.
two, which do you prefer? You weren't a G.I. Joe fan much, were you?
No, it'd be the Pepsi one. I've
Yeah.
experienced more Pepsi than I have G.I. Joe.
All right.
So I'm going to go with the Pepsi.
All right.
I'm gonna see.
I
if
probably
oh,
would
that's
too,
a
because I think
small
of
picture.
growing up in the Cola Wars of the '80s. I think I was a Pepsi guy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, here we go. Here's a good. I'm gonna see if I can get a whiff. He's got a lot of Ed Hardy type shit on here.
Yeah.
Like very generic stuff. He's got like dice, like a spider web on his elbow, around his elbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lightning bolt. Yeah, this is all stuff just out of one of them tattoo flash books. So I'm gonna say the Pepsi logo.
Pepsi it is.
Yeah. Plus, I like that they always have to, like, whenever they put him in like video game advertising, whatever, they had to cover it up.
Yeah, they got to cover that one and the Cobra one too, right?
The Cobra one they got, yeah.
Yeah.
Ronan the Analyst says, if one song had to wake you up every day for the rest of your life, what song would you want it to be? Would you want it to be like up and at 'em motivational, or you want to ease into the day?
Yeah, I think something that builds.
I used to have My Morning Jacket's Golden as my alarm.
Yeah, that's a good one. But that's also so comforting.
You want to stay in bed.
Yeah.
That's the trick. First of the Month is legitimately a great wake-up song.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Because
build a little bit, yeah.
For a while I had Good Morning by the Beatles.
Yeah.
But it's too much.
It is too much.
Like it starts off with the rooster and then dun, 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 good morning. I'm like, chill the fuck out.
No, it's too much.
Nothing to do to save your life. Call your wife and God.
No, it's too much.
Chill out.
That's a good question. I got to think about that.
What about Radiohead's Fit or Happier?
I wouldn't want to get out of bed listening to that.
Let's see here. Dave Matuszek says, with Ring of Honor and Maple Leaf Pro doing a joint show together in March, what other promotions would you like to see the former team up with in the future? So Ring of Honor, I'd like to see them team up with Wrestling Society X.
Sure. Ring of Honor and ACW.
There you go. Let's see here. They have WWE Jack Showtime noted that WWE, I noticed this earlier, WWE had put up a 4-hour loop of Kit Wilson's theme song in Tron.
Wow.
And he says, do you think that means they know what they have with him?
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
They have to know. It's just perfect. It just fits so perfect.
Yeah, they know.
And the toxic masculinity thing is such a great hook. You know, it's a great gimmick.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. He's doing good with it.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's actually all the questions I got.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Tomorrow, we've got a count out for you. 10 things AEW needs to do in 2026, according to Steve and Larson.
Yeah.
Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.